Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and Doctor Strange, that old wizard and endless well of mystery, was left in an interesting state by the events of Avengers Endgame and Infinity War, with the filmmakers revealing alternate Sanctum Sanctorum scenes removed from the film, and the bonkers truth with Strange's unique perception of the Marvel timeline that leaves us wondering, is Strange okay? Like, we kind of need him to be okay. It's just his next movie has madness in the title. We're just feeling a bit uneasy about his whole mental condition. So I'm gonna break down all the big reveals about Doctor Strange and Endgame and what they could tell us about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and spoiler warning in case I reveal too much and ruin your life just like Strange's life is ruined. Okay, first, we recently learned about a deleted scene concept from the Endgame Infinity War screenwriters, Marcus McFeely, Eminem, about an alternate version of the time heist that would have taken the Avengers inside the Sanctum Sanctorum in a scramble for the Time Stone. They said, at one point we had a different way of getting to the Time Stone, which involves some characters breaking into the Sanctum Sanctorum and being pursued by all the weird stuff that happens to be trapped inside there. It was totally off story and unnecessary and it got cut, but it was fun to write. Yeah, so this sounds like it was from the removed time heist sequence that the writers had previously referred to, in which, rather than going back to the Battle of New York in 2012, a group of Avengers went back to the Triskelion. And they said that would have led to the Avengers jumping in a car and driving to Doctor Strange's house. And now Eminem are suggesting that that led Cap, Stark, Hulk, Ant-Man, whoever else, through a goofy time stone wizard scramble through the Sanctum Sanctorum, where the Ancient One, Mordo, Wong, maybe the New York Sanctum's former occupant, Master Drum, attacked them with crazy magic and artifacts, Home Alone style. And we actually got a hint toward this old draft in the Ancient One's warning to Hulk.
I'd be careful going that way, we just had the floors waxed.
So just imagine the Avengers slipping around on the Sanctum floor, open portals for them to fall through forever, getting smothered with a cloak of levitation and the crimson bands of Cyttorak, a swinging Culture of the Cosmos that smashed it in their faces. Fun! But this awesome alternate scene would have left out a key moment relating to Stephen Strange, which came up in the final version.
Yeah, I'm looking for Doctor Strange.
You're about 5 years too early. Stephen Strange is currently performing surgery about 20 blocks that way.
So this reminds us of Doctor Strange's origin as a physician trying to heal himself. And this healing arc got another nod at the end of the film, if you were looking closely. As Strange held up one finger to tell Tony Stark that this is the one victorious future he saw, his finger trembles, a reminder of the lingering physical damage to Doctor Strange's hands. And now the directors have actually given another reveal about Strange's health, but this time his mental health. In a Q&A this week, answering a question that didn't send us all on a wild goose chase in search for a Nova Easter egg that didn't exist. I'll talk about that, but before I continue, this video was sponsored by ExpressVPN. A VPN allows you to browse the internet with privacy without things like ad companies, hackers, spyware, any of these nefarious entities tracking your data, secretly filtering your internet experience. ExpressVPN masks your IP address to make sure you aren't being monitored, so you can have that peace of mind. You can live life knowing no one is using Infinity Stone-powered perception to peep on you. Personally, I use ExpressVPN because, like, I don't want the internet assuming I'm obsessed with Benedict Cumberbatch just because I spent several hours searching for Doctor Strange topics and watched that goofy footage of him as Smaug. I should be able to rewatch that without ending up on a list somewhere. And ExpressVPN is the fastest VPN on the market, the #1 VPN service rated by TechRadar. And say you're in a different country, you might not be able to access everything on Netflix or YouTube, other streaming services. Yeah, that feels wrong, but thanks to ExpressVPN, you can avoid all those weird restrictions. You can just watch everything that you want to watch normally, the way the internet should be wherever you are. ExpressVPN lets you securely stream or download content from anywhere, anytime. It's less than $7 a month, folks, with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Take back your internet privacy today and find out how you can get 3 months free just by clicking the link in the description box. ExpressVPN.com/newrockstars. That's EXPRESSVPN.com/newrockstars for 3 months free with a 1-year package. Visit ExpressVPN.com/newrockstars to learn more. Take back your internet privacy today. Okay, back to the Russo's statement about Doctor Strange.
Strange has to exert an immense amount of energy and to go into this state. He could be in that state for who knows how long. So it could have taken Strange an immensely long time to actually review all these scenarios.
He has to physically live them.
Yeah.
And then die in each of them. And right before he dies, he has to reset it, as we saw at the end of Doctor Strange, and do it again, and take copious notes each time he does it.
Wow, so the directors are confirming that Doctor Strange lived through each of the 14,605 alternate futures that he foresaw. So how old would that make his mind? Well, imagine each of those futures took about an hour from the moment Strange began his time stone assisted trance to the moment he dusted away. That would be 14,605 hours. And at least that, because a number of those also probably would have led Strange to experience more time after he reawakened from Hulk snap on the other side. But in this scenario, we're looking at roughly 14,605 hours divided by 24 hours a day, and again by 365 days a year. That equates to about 1,600 years that Strange's mind lived through. And that would be on top of the unknown amount of time Strange lived through while in the time loop wearing down Dormammu. Now the screenwriter said that Strange died somewhere between a few dozen and a few hundred times, with each Dormammu encounter ranging seconds to several minutes, maybe even hours in some of those. Now in some interpretations of that movie, the Ancient One's earlier line about stretching one moment out into 1,000 was foreshadowing Strange dying 1,000 times. However you crunch it, it is possible that Stephen Strange's mind is over 2,000 years old. That would make him the true Ancient One. For a human mind to experience that much has gotta leave a mark. Remember, there was that episode of Black Mirror that explored how trapping a human consciousness in a limbo state for thousands and thousands of years is considered torture, leads to insanity. And maybe that is what the madness of the upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is referring to. Imagine what this man has lived through. Millions of life-ending moments, taking up a total watch time of millennia, with not just his own death, but a front row seat to others dying as well, over and over in seemingly endless violent forms. Perhaps even the dark alternate endings the writers conceived, with Thanos holding Cap's severed head sitting on a throne of skulls as the corpse of Giant Man festers in the background. Like, at best, Stephen Strange would be numb, desensitized from these experiences, but at worst, he would be traumatized and haunted to his core. This dark state could be where we find Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Perhaps the title refers to the danger of when a sorcerer as powerful as Doctor Strange has had his mind shattered. That vulnerable state could be how he becomes the target of the demonic entity that many have suspected will be the villain of the Multiverse of Madness, Nightmare. Nightmare is the entity who resides in the dream dimension, who feeds off the negative emotions of human consciousnesses. Remember, at the end of the Doctor Strange film, Mordo warned Strange about the consequences of meddling with time loops like this. Then we just assumed that he was referring to cosmic threats like Thanos. But really, Mordo was more likely referring to darker dangers that lurk in once the human mind has stretched itself to a breaking point. Pain may be an old friend to Stephen Strange, but there are all kinds of pain that he hasn't experienced yet. Do you think Doctor Strange has been traumatized by the events of Infinity War and Endgame, or do you think his mind is strong enough to withstand all of this? Comment down below with your thoughts and theories. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Erik Voss, and subscribe to New Rockstars for more breakdowns and theories about everything Marvel. Thanks for joining me, and if pain is the game for Multiverse of Madness, Rob Zombie still needs to score this movie. Strange is feeling pain, madness is his name. Ding, 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 ding.